Well, being that you're a gun guy and I'm a gun guy and we believe in, being able to have a gun, a guy got in trouble down in South Carolina.
For having a gun?
For having a gun.
Oh, boy.
And protecting what he felt he was being threatened.
Okay. Is this going to make me absolutely nuts?
We'll see.
Oh, that's a yes. All right. Let me adjust my seat here.
Sure.
All right, I'm ready.
A barber, we're talking a guy who cuts hair.
All right, wouldn't know.
Speaks out after accused of pulling a gun, saying he does not cut black hair.
I'm going to assume that you mean as opposed to blonde.
Yeah, it's not the color. It's actually the racial hair.
What?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, well, he's in the South, so he's down in Steve Jackson country.
Oh, boy, this is going to be something.
A Rock Hill barber is facing charges after he reportedly showed a gun to a would-be customer after telling the man that he does not cut black hair.
Okay.
According to the York County Sheriff's Office report, a 37-year-old man went to the barber the 37-year-old man went to a barber shop along the 2100 block of Cantonese Road around 4:15 p.m. on Tuesday.
Okay.
The man reportedly asked Larry Thomas, 65, for a haircut, and Thomas told him he does not cut black hair.
Okay.
According to the report, the man asked Thomas what that meant, and Thomas grabbed a pistol in his right hand, holding it to his side.
Oh, my God.
The man told deputies that Thomas never pointed the gun at him.
Okay.
But he left the store when the gun came out.
All right.
That's when he called the police.
Right.
According to the report, Thomas denied the allegations and said he remembered the man coming into the shop, but never said anything about cutting black hair and didn't remember pulling out a gun.
Did he have his gun with him?
Well, we'll find out.
All right.
Thomas told the deputy that he keeps his handgun locked in a shed behind the shop. When Thomas showed up, the deputies showed the deputies his guns. The deputies noticed a gun that was similar to the one that the man had described.
Okay.
A chrome-colored revolver that looked like a snub-nosed .38 caliber.
Yeah.
The gun was taken into evidence.
That's a pretty distinct weapon.
Yeah. Thomas was arrested and charged with pointing and presenting firearms at a person. He was booked in the Moss Justice Center and held on a $3,000 bond. Nathan's so quick with the photos, man.
What the hell is that?
It's just like, I don't know what you want to call that.
That might be the worst hair ever.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
Right.
That just doesn't even look like it's hair.
No, it's sort of like I don't know. It's like a design or something.
It's like a cap or something. It looks like they drew it with marker.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Wow. If it didn't have that piece hanging off the side, I would think it was marker.
Sure.
All right, go ahead.
WBTV's Colleen Harry spoke to Thomas Wednesday afternoon inside the Rock Hill barbershop where he recounted what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I told him I did not do black hair, and he kept coming towards me, and I stepped back here, and I always keep a gun right here, and I just picked up my gun and put my gun at the side, Thomas said. He defended he defended himself, saying he is not a racist and wasn't trained and isn't experienced with cutting African American hair.
Okay.
That's when he got into my face and said, "You mean African American now, didn't you?" He said he wasn't aware that telling a potential customer that was being a bad thing.
No.
I don't do flat tops. White people wear flat tops. I no longer cut women's hair because I'm not good enough to cut women's hair anymore. The only thing I do is stick with the middle-aged group of men, he said. I'm just not good enough to do black hair cutting at all.
Okay.
Being an autistic individual, I pretty much stick to my routine. So apparently he's autistic.
All right.
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
You know what's the funniest thing about this whole deal?
What's that?
After he told the cops that he didn't point, he kept his guns in his shed and he didn't remember anything about this deal. He went and told the woman from the TV station the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's fucked. He's fucked now for making false statements to the police.
Right. Well, they at least they agreed that he didn't point the gun at the guy. He just picked it up and held it at his side, and the guy corroborated that, and he said he did that, and But I agree with you that he said that I keep my guns in my shed, but at the same time he said I had it right here on my bench.
Yeah. After he gets out of jail, he pretty much fesses up to the TV station. So now he's still going to have to go to court over the thing,
Yep.
So you could be damn sure that report is going to be in evidence. So he's fucked. He's
well, he says he's an autistic individual, so they might let him go because
that's
he's
that's the hot diagnosis nowadays.
Of course.
What a dumbass.
I gotta say, I'm siding with Doghouse. It's a rare moment that we're on the same team here.
Yeah,
Dog.
but the thing is that more and more of this kind of shit just seems to crop up all the time.
Yeah, well, as soon as I saw the headline.
See, this is where people are stupid. This guy being one of them. All you have to do is say, look, I'm not good at this, but I'll cut it. But you go in at your own risk. You tell anybody that you're going into your haircut at your own risk, and they're walking out the door.
Exactly. This could have been handled so much better.
Yeah. Come on.
I mean, taking the guy at his word because he's already demonstrated he's such a truth teller, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Taking him at his word that's the reason why he said he didn't cut black hair. It could have been handled so much better.
Right.
This all could have been avoided. And I will say, when I saw the headline, I knew it was going to be somewhere in the South. So when I saw Rock Hill, South Carolina, I was like, yes, yep, here we go.
Well, what are you saying? Are you just saying everybody down there is just either ignorant or racist?
No, it's probably a bias of mine, but I'm never surprised when I see a Southern Dateline on a story like this.
At least it wasn't Florida. That's where all this stuff usually happens.
Yeah, and supposedly the black congressman from Maryland walked into a bar down there in Florida and was basically told we don't serve niggers here.
Jeez.
Yeah, Elijah Cummings. I'm sure it was pretty well publicized at the time.
I have to look that one up.
I think it's, for obvious reasons, it's one of his favorite stories.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah, so, I mean, God, what a dumbass. I mean, this is in South Carolina, the place where there's actually a store full of, Klan memorabilia, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think our guy Steve Jackson told his story about actually visiting that place.
Yeah, and it's actually owned by the NAACP.
Right.
through a weird, bizarre, court settlement and land deal.
Nice. Love it.
Yeah, what a fucked up state. So, God. What can you say? That's fucked up.
All right. Well, let's finish up this here story.
All right.
So anyway, he says, I do not do flat tops. White people wear flat tops. I no longer cut women's hair because I'm not good enough to cut women's hair anymore. The only thing I do is I stick with my middle-aged group of men. I'm not good enough to do black people's hair cutting at all. Being an autistic individual, I'm pretty much stick to my routine. He claims the man kept walking toward him and practically came into the back room of the shop, and he felt threatened.
Oh, boy.
That's when he says he picked up his weapon and kept it at the side of his leg.
All right.
Following Tuesday's report, WBTV obtained 8 other reports documenting calls to the sheriff's office from the barber shop. The reports date back to 2007.
Wow.
So people have called the police on this guy numerous times.
This guy's been a monumental dick for a while.
Apparently he has. In most of the reports, service was denied to would-be customers, including Asian Americans, Latino, white men, a child, and a disabled vet.
Is there anybody whose hair he does cut?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. How come these people are calling the police every time something like this happens?
I agree. Why wouldn't you just leave?
Yeah, why wouldn't you just go to the next barber shop or salon or whatever?
Because, barbers, there's not very many of those.
No, but again, I got to wonder unless he did something like pull a gun or something, if the guy just said, I don't cut children's hair or I don't cut, whatever. Mm-hmm. Is that the first thing you think of is I got to pick up the phone and call the police?
Fuck no. The first thing you do is go to Facebook.
You're right about that. It would never even occur to me. I'm calling the police.
Dude, don't you know you got to update your Twitter status with that?
I suppose.
Don't go to Bill the barber. He won't cut my Jap hair.
Right. Asian American, please.
All right, gook hair.
Right. In an April 2007 report, Thomas is accused of showing a man a stun gun after refusing him service.
What kind of fucking barber is this that's loaded for all this weaponry?
Yeah. I only like my select group of customers. Anybody else, get the fuck out.
Probably about it, too. This is definitely neighborhood barber guy.
Yes, this is definitely. I only want to service who I know and like. If I don't know you or I don't like you, I'm going to tell you, get out of my place.
Has enough money to live, doesn't need the money.
Hey, he's 65.
Yeah, so he just does it to do it.
Yeah, he's Floyd the barber.
Yep, exactly.
In July of the same year, a man said he and his friends went into the shop and were denied service. When he was leaving, he told deputies, again, with calling the cops, that Thomas lifted up his shirt and revealed a black and color handgun that appeared to be a 9mm.
Right.
So, again, calling the police. Went into this barbershop and I wanted to get a haircut, and the guy said, I don't need to service you. And then he lifted his shirt and he had a 9mm. So I called you guys right away. In another July 2007 report, this guy was active in 2007.
Wow.
Thomas is accused of pulling out a rifle.
Good Lord.
Where did he get a rifle from? After the father of a young child who was refused service came into the shop to find out why.
Right.
The man's wife says Thomas told them to leave and flipped them off. Thomas said the wife cursed at him and the husband approached him in a threatening manner.
Right.
In incidences in April of 2009 and January 2013, Thomas is accused of pulling a gun on a potential customer. This guy was really gun happy.
He loves his guns.
He does. Get out of here.
Gotta admit, this is the kind of guy that makes our argument about keeping our guns definitely
sure. So get out of here.
This guy wants to pull a gun because they fucking because they complain about their haircuts.
Right.
What do you mean it's too long on one side? Oh, nothing. Just put the gun away.
Right. A September 2007 report from the sheriff's office states that Thomas got into an argument with a customer about the way he wanted his hair cut. Thomas reportedly told the man he would not cut his hair that way and the way he wanted it, so the man left. According to the report, the two argued as the man was leaving, and Thomas followed him outside with a can of pepper spray.
Jesus.
So he had shotguns, he had 9mm, he had 38s, he had pepper spray, he had stun guns.
This guy makes a daily stop at the Army-Navy store.
He's like in that movie Falling Down.
Yeah, he is. That's him.
The customer told deputies Thomas approached him while he was in his vehicle and pointed the pepper spray at him. The man says he felt threatened and hit Thomas as Thomas sprayed him.
What do you think the odds are this guy has a bunker at his house?
He probably does. He probably has some Cyclone 9 in his... Thomas sprayed him a second time, according to the report, before the man was able to get away and call for help.
Right.
Thomas told deputies that the man assaulted him. Wednesday afternoon, Thomas told WBTV that he's had white people get upset with him as well.
Oh, well, there's been white people too. See, I'm not racist.
Yeah, he says I'm an all-person offender.
Everybody hates me.
Yeah.
Not just the blacks.
Yeah, or the Asians.
Not just the blacks or the chinks.
Yeah. White people get mad at me too.
Even the crackers hate me.
Right. I'm an equal opportunity offender.
That's right.
So, yeah. They got no leg to stand on as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah.
I just would like to let Floyd here know that this was Neely that brought this story to the table. So if I'm ever in South Carolina, please just cut my hair.
Right.
I have nothing to do with this, sir.
Sure. Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Hey guys, it's Dean again. I've had my wine. I'm cool. I'm watching. Did you see the video footage of this Larry guy?
Larry?
Is that his name?
Yeah, the Larry Thompson.
Barber. Yeah, the barber guy.
He looks exactly like, Jim Norton's Uncle Paul character?
Yes.
If you watch the video, it's uncanny.
All right. Well, unfortunately, video doesn't translate over the air.
Yeah, but, even the way there's the still photos, and he does look that way, and then I watch the video, and he moves and acts like he has sardine oil or whatever Uncle Paul has. He's a creep, but
well, maybe
why would he have a taser?
Maybe it's Jim Norton.
That's what I hope it is. I hope it is, because I think I like Larry, because he just kind of just hates the people. It's not even a race thing.
Yeah, like us. We hate the people, and, we basically hate people who call the show.
Like, a watered-down Larry is good. He's a little too much, but watered down, I kind of get it,
Sure.
But he, anyway, that was it. I thought that was, and Chris, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I hear you dismissively laughing.
What?
During the interview of Leanne.
Yeah, that was me. And then I had that one question.
I didn't get your question.
Yeah,
Please
I forgot what it was.
I'm
Neely,
a
do you
huge
remember?
fan. It's killing me.
Yeah, I think you said something to her about, if she comes to Chicago to wear Kevlar vest.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, she said she wanted to tour here in Chicago, and you said, make sure you wear your Kevlar vest.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Oh, yeah, she didn't really get it, and then you guys said something about the fireworks, and she's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're right,
It was
Dean.
pretty,
I
but I
forgot
like this
about
Larry
that.
guys. Sorry?
I forgot about that part.
We're really good at interviewing Canadians there, Dean.
You guys are really good at interviewing everybody, all right? I'm a big fan, and I think that I'm happy to hear you guys live again. I'm happy, Neely, that you're drinking, because I need to take a break to have some wine. And I wanted to say cheers to you, Neely.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
And you guys have an awesome night. Fuck you, pal. Hail and kill. And hand job for Larry. Cheers.
Hand job for Larry.
Hand job for Larry.
Nice. On that.
Right.
Maybe because I wasn't.
Right.
Maybe because I wasn't even near the phone.
Sure.
See, he heard me dismissively laughing during
Sure. You were dismissively laughing in the background.
I was dismissively laughing, all right, from my living room,
Right.
paying no attention. I don't even remember when you did it.
Sure. Too funny.